Holy fucking shit. It's back, boys!
Smash them all!
Timesplitters is something I really didn't expect to see in the headlines this month. Or year, or decade even. This series, my favorite series, has been on ice for 13 long years, but it's on its way home. Bless you, THQ Nordic. Bless you. So if it isn't obvious already, I am hyped as a motherfucker that Timesplitters is finally making its long overdue return to the gaming scene, but I am also very trepidatious. I've been hurt a lot this console generation, hurt by people I once trusted with my life. Mostly my money though, and I'm not getting that shit back. Timesplitters is a gaming giant that deserves only the best of the best. So I'm here today to quickly chuck in my 2 cents on the matter. Here are 5 things a new Timesplitters game needs.
Capture the tone.
First up, really basic one, but I gotta mention it. It has to feel like a Timesplitters game. The humor of these games is special. It's irreverent without getting too wacky, you know what I mean?
I am best. Bestest guard. Without me, no guarding.
To me, the most memorable moments in Future Perfect are the underplayed blink and you'll miss it jokes. It's very British humor from a very British developer.
So, been with the agency long?
Yeah. 3 years in May.
You get dental?
While I will never not laugh at Cortez getting kicked in the dick and responding like this,
Hey, you're no zombie!
the game is more based around character humor and little gags spread throughout that always accentuate moments but never become the core focus of the narrative. Sure, Timesplitters is a comedy at heart, but there's enough straight-faced dialogue and legitimately surprising plot beats to give the game a charm that doesn't rely solely on its humor. There's no claptrap making fucking dubstep jokes, is what I'm saying. Don't go too crazy with the humor, don't make it a zany slapstick affair, and don't turn Cortez into a complete buffoon. A big part of Cortez's character is that he initially comes across as a hyper-competent super soldier, but in reality he's totally fallible, just like you and me. Maybe more than you and me, occasionally.
Damn it!
He is a badass who's constantly being undercut by things he doesn't expect or understand, and all the situations he gets wrapped up in are hilarious because of this juxtaposition of a straight-up action hero getting shoved into increasingly ridiculous scenarios. All that stuff about Cortez's flaws being said, it can't be forgotten that Cortez is also smart and resourceful. There's a delicate balance to the writing in Timesplitters, and I hope that balance is struck.
Spaceman!
Packed with content.
When I think of Timesplitters, I think of content. 100 plus playable characters, countless weapons of all shapes and sizes, creative and unexpected multiplayer maps, a level editor with basic logic pathing, and the ability to create your own stories, and that's just the fucking beginning. In order to be a proper 4th entry into the Timesplitters series, it needs all of these things. Not only does it need mountains of content in order to simply stick out from the crowd, it needs all of this and more to just be equal to the 3rd entry into the series. And I get it, maybe 150 playable characters isn't as viable in this day and age because of the massive jump in visual fidelity and intricate detailing of characters from 2005 to 2018, but we need a lot of shit. And I swear to God, if this game gets cut into paid DLC packs of new characters, maps, and guns instead of including them as unlockables, I will die screaming! Timesplitters is ripe for the monetization. It's built perfectly to be exploited and chopped into little pieces of diced lettuce so they can feed it to us piecemeal like little baby bunny rabbits, but that cannot happen. I don't want to sound negative about this whole affair. I want Timesplitters back more than anybody, but my pessimistic mind cannot help but imagine a scenario in which this game is brutalized by microtransactions. Again, this cannot happen!
Graphics and animation.
What? Grandpa?
No, fool! It's me!
Grandpa?
No! I'm you!
You're me?
As I'm sure you can tell, Timesplitters does not use motion capture. As far as I can tell, every single frame of every single cutscene is animated by hand, and it gives the animation a much more cartoonish flair than a lot of modern games. Simply put, this should continue. Part of what makes Timesplitters so endearing and so enduring is the awesome animation of the characters and cutscenes, so I hope that isn't downgraded. I'm not really worried about this one because THQ Nordic's main series is Darksiders, and that shit is like Looney Tunes levels of insanity, so I think we're solid here. Just give the characters as much character as they've always had, and we're golden.
A map maker.
Plain and simple, Timesplitters needs a map maker. It's a core component of the series. It's what sparked my interest in level design as a kid, and other kids deserve that. Keep it simple, we don't need Far Cry 5 levels of insanity, but something like a mix between Future Perfect and Far Cry systems would be fantastic. Allow us to edit on a grid and from a distance in classic Timesplitters fashion, but now also let us zoom into the actual map and lay down the nitty-gritty details if we want to. Combine this with a slightly more advanced logic pathing system, and bing bang boom, one more fucking amazing reason to play this game. And now to touch on my final point of the day.
Timesplitters is enough.
This series is special. Timesplitters has a unique sense of humor, a style that no game can match. So don't try to match anything. Fuck the trends, don't follow the latest fashionable mechanic, don't let this game become diluted by the modern video games industry. We don't need a battle royale mode, we don't need a Rocket League minigame. What we need is a solid first-person shooter that's bursting at the seams with crazy amounts of unlockable content and challenges. Do what feels right for Timesplitters, and nothing else. That being said, I did just imagine a battle royale mode that involved 100 of these fucking insane characters, and also a Rocket League minigame that was made up of remote control cats, so maybe those are possibilities. I'm not saying the devs should limit themselves to the confines of a Timesplitters game. I want Dambuster to get creative and break new ground, but I just want them to be sure that what they're doing is always good for the franchise and good for the player experience.
In conclusion,
so that's that. Those are my 5 necessary features for a new Timesplitters game. Follow these bullet points, Dambuster, and you can't go wrong. Also, I applied several times, so if you guys could hire me, I would really appreciate that.